Rise of Industry tutorial. So today's tutorial is going to be about supplying the needs to the towns. Over here you have what's called Shop Overview, and it shows you all of the different towns and everything that they need that you want to definitely supply to the town. So you're going to start out with hardware, and I'm looking at Brussels. You notice that sand is very low, but I have sand production right here next to the town. And when I click on this, it says that there's no sand, and all of it is being delivered to the hardware store in the town. Why is it that they're not meeting the demand? There's something wrong here. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the boat depot over here, because you want to have items like this whenever you can make them fit. Maybe this one's not going to fit, so I guess I'm not going to do it. Okay, so I'm going to increase the supply of sand going to this town. I'm going to build another sand gatherer, which is right here. And then you rotate with the blue in the water. Put one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. Okay, now I'm going to add the roads. And now they are going to gather sand. I'm going to do the layer. It's called efficiency. Why didn't it show the efficiency? Okay, so there's one efficiency, and I'm going to click it up to 200%. This is for all these sand collectors. All that sand is going to go into this warehouse. I'm going to rename the warehouse. It's going to be sand. We're going to see it start piling up, and hopefully they will deliver sand into Brussels. So another one here is wool. You want your agriculture to be near each town. So near each town I have agriculture. I got agriculture over here. You click on layers, and then you go to product bubble, and you're going to look for wool. Which I don't see. I've got chickens. I've got cattle. Okay, so I am going to build some livestock. So a little tip, if you have room where you could build one away or against the road, always build it one away. And there's an example where I did that. Like you can see over here, it's one away from the road instead of bordering the road. And the reason why is that it will help with pollution. In this case, you want to avoid being near the road. So I'm going to build here. The more buildings you have on the road, the more traffic there's going to be going in and out of buildings. So we're going to put this on sheep. Put the efficiency at 200. It produces mutton and wool. I'm going to build a couple of these. try to build this over here to make efficient use of space. Now here's an example where I could put it against the road or pull it back. You want to pull it back so that you get less pollution. Set it to sheep. Put this at 200. So there's space over here to do one-way roads. I'm going to do one-way roads. It's going to help with the traffic flow. And I'm going to build a connection over here. They need a warehouse. So you click on the building, and over here it says there's 2 warehouses and 2 warehouses. So they're doing fine with the warehouses. To build one more farm, livestock. I'm going to put this next to the road because of the issue with the pollution. You want to keep the agriculture away from pollution. With the empty space over here, you're going to build things like irrigation towers. So over here we have some empty space. Or what I could do is plant trees. It says irrigation tower. It should fit in right here. I'm going to put it over here because it fits better. And then I'm going to do... see if we can fit a lumber yard in here. And he's going to plant trees in the empty spaces. Going to check, put that up, to add the harvester. We want to put it as far away as possible. Put another one maybe over here, I guess not. Put another one maybe over here. Maybe another one over here. It would be nice to have one over here, but it doesn't fit. Okay, so they're going to bring the wool to the warehouse. This is going to be changed to, say, farmland. Here's some wool. We're going to do commercial and then send it to Brussels. And then you want to click currently sending 1 unit and have it waiting until full. It's another warehouse over here. Going to check to see if there's any wool in any of these warehouses. And then the mutton, where does the mutton go? Click on commercial, also going to Brussels. And then you click currently sending 1 unit so that it's waiting until full. Okay, what do we got in Brussels? Gonna need leather. Still not getting enough sand. Gonna look at the cattle farm. Says here, storage is full, destination storage is full. We got leather over here. I'm going to check, going to click over here, see if leather is going anywhere. Farmers Market, it's already going to Brussels. Over here it says Brussels Hardware Store. Okay, now this is not producing. Storage is full. It looks like it's the beef. So we're going to look for beef, which is over here, see where it's going to. It's going to the Brussels Farmers Market. It's going to local towns. Got 2 going to Brussels Farmers Market. Another one's going to the inland port for Spring Hill. And then another one for Brussels Farmers Market. So we got Muskoda Farmers Market. I'm going to go to warehouse, and then I'm going to look for Muskoda, which is right here. And that should be within range of the farmers market in Muskoda. I'm going to send it by boat. And then I will do factories. Okay, we got to find this factory in Spring Hill. It's going to be kind of far. It's in this area somewhere. You see the line right there? Okay, so we've got the textiles, food 2, and food. I'm going to put it into the food warehouse. And I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to send it by train. I'm going to click on beef, and then I'm going to put it into food 2, which is going to have to go by truck. And then I'm going to do beef again, and I'm going to send it into the textiles because it's nearby the food factories. And I'll send this by rail also. And then I click this and I go back to that warehouse. So they should start producing again because the storage is no longer full. Going to check over here, and you see we got the same issue with beef in another warehouse. First I'm going to see where's the beef going. Where's the beef? It's a funny phrase I just invented. It looks like they're going to the farmer's market, and farmland is a warehouse, which means it's delivering it to another warehouse. That's 48 tiles away. So we're going to do beef. We're going to check commercial. It's too far. Going to go to factories. We got to find the Spring Hill factory. So this is my original development where I have one of everything. You probably got something similar, right? And it's all in this area. So it's going to go into the food warehouse. And then I'm going to do another beef. He's going to go into food 2, which is right here. It can only be done by road. The other options are not available. and then we're going to put it in to the petrochemical warehouse by airship. And then you click the target to go back to where you were. I don't think I can build a train over here. Without disrupting a lot. Okay, so we'll go back to Brussels, see how it's doing. Sand is coming along. Leather, not yet. Wool. I think I already did wool deliveries, right? Wool was going into here. And it's going to the Brussels hardware store. There's wool over here. It's going to go to the Brussels hardware store. See if there's wool over here. No. Okay, cannot reach destination. So the train doesn't work, so I'm going to switch it to airship. And I don't see wool. Going to go back to Brussels. Well, let's see if there's wool over here. There's a lot of beef right there. Okay, we've got mutton going to the farmer's market. So mutton should be in this warehouse. It's a new product, so there's no route. I'm going to click on mutton. Click on commercial, Brussels farmer's market. You want it to go to the warehouse, ideally. So I'm going to send another one to the warehouse. Where is the warehouse? Brussels port could be that one. Let's go look. Brussels port. So I'm going to send it directly to the warehouse because any surplus will be there. And I can send by Zeppelin. Check for mutton over here. Nothing. And I'm going to check over here. Over here I got some mutton. So this has to go to commercial, farmer's market, and then sending one unit. I don't do meet demand. I'm assuming that it's sending everything. And then you're going to do warehouse, and then look for Brussels, which is right here, and send that by Zeppelin. And then, okay, so it looks like it's sending it out. I'm going to check construction. So sand is getting up there, leather not yet. Wool is moving. This is going to be pretty good. We'll check on it later. It needs more cocoa. Because this is a port, it's possible that items are being delivered here. looking for cocoa. Farmers market in Brussels. I'm going to do another one with cocoa. Going to go to the warehouse in Brussels, which is Brussels Port. And then I'm going to send it by boat. And that's the boat right there. So he's going to deliver it up to here, and it will get into Brussels. Let's see if there's sand in the Brussels port. No sand. And there's no sand over here. How did the cocoa get over here? Oh, there it is. There's a cocoa plant right there. I'm cocoa for cocoa plants. Okay, so maybe I'm going to need more sand. Food is coming along. Now we're getting into what's called a higher tier product. You got tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 as far as I know. These all have to come from a factory. These mostly have to come from a factory. But these are probably 2 tier, and these on the right are probably 3 tier. Okay, so these are going to be the more difficult ones. What I'm going to do right now is I am going to skip this town, and I'm going to move to another town. We'll do thermal. You see, this is the agriculture that supplies thermal. So he needs sand, he needs wool, he needs leather. There's a lot of sand over here. It's not getting there. I'm going to check my warehouses for sand. There's no sand here because I already know that sand is being sent to the town. Okay, so where am I going to build sand? I could do it right over here on the coast. I could do it over here in this area. So I'm going to use a terraform. I will flatten like so. And then bring this down. And then I'm going to do a gatherer, sand, R for rotate, put it over here. You really don't want to have it against the water, but you know what? I've got, because you're going to put the sand collector over there. But I've got so much room, I'm just going to put it right there. RR to rotate twice. I'm going to put it over here. And maybe I'll put one over here. Okay, this sand is going to go into this warehouse, which is a lumber warehouse. I'm going to call it lumber. It's auto-saving right now. Auto-save, as far as I know, is every 30 minutes. Okay. Still auto-saving. This would be a good place to put a boat. And then connect the road. No sand yet. Destination storage is full. There's a lot of paper mills. So you know what I'm going to do? A lot of warehouses near the paper mills. I'm going to send some directly to thermal. Then you go to factories. Toy factory. Okay, these are the toy factories. Over here we got carpentry 2, carpentry 3, and carpentry. I'm going to put one into carpentry. Put another one into carpentry 2. And then put another one into carpentry 3. The paper mills are down here. That's paper mill 2. That's paper mill. Got paper mill 4. I'm going to do paper mill. I already did paper mill 2. I'm going to do paper mill 3. And then I will do paper mill 4. And over here we've got dinner container. I don't think it uses the wood. So I might, you know what, it could use it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we'll go back to thermal. He needs wool. He needs sand. I could build the sand right here. Now I've got sand. If you do direct to the hardware store, it brings less sand. If you bring it to a warehouse, you can transport more sand. So I'm going to also bring some to Fordyce, which is another town. And then we're going to do warehouses. We're going to do thermal, but we got to find the one that's furthest away. I'm just going to go to thermal and check it out. We're going to do this one right here. It's called Thermal Port A, and then this one is Thermal C. I wonder if that's the hardware store right there. So we could do either of these. So I'm going to do Thermal Port A. And it says I can do by boat, so I'm going to do by boat. This one is also a port. So I will do Thermal Port B. And then you click this, and then you got to click the little boat. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of traffic over here. So how am I going to fix this? You don't want these trucks coming this way. Looks like they're going that way over here. So Maybe I should build a bridge right over here. They're not taking this bridge for some reason. They don't think it's faster. I'm going to try a bridge over here. Just to make everything nice and clean, I am going to build the road going this way. Hit E to rotate. Going to connect this road over here to here, and then connect it out like that, and hopefully that will relieve some of the congestion. The other thing I think I could do is bring a road across here. I could make this a one-way road. Going one way this way, one way that way would help. Looks like the congestion's not that bad. I've seen worse. Okay, go back to thermal. Hit construction. Sand is starting to come in. We don't have wool. Gonna come over here, look for sheep. So thermal does not have agriculture. It's only got the minimal agriculture. Probably just enough to supply the town. So I'm going to build some agriculture in this area. Build a farm, livestock. We're going to have sheep. I don't think the town's going to grow anymore. Oh, I can put one more wow. One more wow. Click sheep, put the efficiency at 200%. If you're playing with a regular game mode, you got to pay more for the higher efficiency, so you better make sure it works. It doesn't look like we have a warehouse in distance. I'm gonna what? It doesn't say. The wool should be going. I'm going to send it to thermal port A. And now I'm going to send this to thermal port A. I hope that's I hope this is port A. Then over here I've got thermal C and port B. Probably going to need water, right? Missing input. He needs wheat and water. Water should be abundant. So next I gotta find wheat. I don't see any wheat over here, so I'm gonna build it right next to here. It's going to be set to wheat, set to 200%. Going to have to build a warehouse nearby. This will be called Thermal D. And water well. And then I'm going to put the siphons right over here in this little empty space. Hit it up to 200%. It should all go right over here, nice and easy. You know what? I'm going to cancel the routes from here. You can't cancel the route. That's unbelievable. Oh, it says it's going to Thermal D, which is the new one. Okay, so Thermal, it should automatically supply it to the proper store. Potatoes and olives and fish. So I'm going to check over here if we got potatoes. We got olives over here. Why aren't the olives producing enough? So I will produce olives over here. I'm going to do an orchard. Set it to olives. Come over here, put that to 200%. Connect the road. I'm going to assume that I'm going to need the road connected out here. That should automatically put it into here and then automatically put it into the shop. So we're going to find out where the shop is. Pick on product. I guess we can't. potatoes. Go to farm. I'm guessing it's a crop. Hit R for rotate. Fill in the spaces over here. Set it to potatoes. It's automatically going to put the potatoes in thermal D, and it should automatically go to the market, which is right there. I think it's in range of thermal D, no problem. I'm going to put the road like this. And over here, maybe you'll put the irrigation tower, a warehouse, you know, something like that. Go to thermal. Check the food. Fish, we need fish. Fish is in short supply. I'm just assuming that I've already found all the fish. I will tell you that they're very hard to find. They're nearly impossible. It took me a long time before I saw fish. Actually, I think you could turn on the resource monitor and it will tell you where the fish are. You go to layers and click on resource names. You see over here it says fish, and over there it says fish. But I don't know if you got to do it. This is full. So I'm going to send the fish to a warehouse in thermal. I'm going to do port B, and then I'm going to send it by boat. And then I'm going to do another one. Thermal port A. I'm going to send that by boat also. And I will check on that later. This is going to be more complex. This is flour. I don't see any flour here. I know I got tons of flour. Over here it looks like we got lots of flour, lots of dough. Okay, so I got dough. And I am going to do warehouse. I see thermal port A, port B, and I see C. Here's thermal D. Thermal D does not have the airship. This will go to a warehouse. Thermal port A. I don't remember what the other one went to. I think it went to D. So I'm going to send this to thermal port A, and I'm going to do it by airship. And then this is flour. Also going to go to thermal port A. Also by airship, and click to send it when it's full. Got to click that one there also. Still not getting sand. Still not getting wool, etc. I know I got tons of juice. There's got to be tons of chocolate cake. Okay, let's go find the juice. It's over here. All the juice you could ever want. I need orange juice and apple smoothie. Already going to thermal. This one's already going to thermal. And the apple is already going to thermal. So why is there a shortage? Why is there 99 apple smoothie over here and thermal has nothing? I'm going to click on warehouse. First I'm going to check commercial, see how far it is. It's kind of far. Thermal B. As far as I know, apple smoothie is only going to go to thermal for the rest of the game. I don't think I'm going to get another town expansion. Oh, it already did B. So I got to do C. And then I'm going to do D. Okay, I don't see D. Okay. I'm not going to do it, so I'm going to click the back arrow button. So I didn't send more orange juice, but I did send the apple smoothie. Nothing there. Nothing there. over here, this is missing an input. It's missing oranges. Here's oranges over here. No supply. Got oranges over here. Really doesn't have any supply. Don't see nothing here. I'm gonna guess there's not a lot of orange orchards. I don't see oranges here. Okay, so I am gonna build orange plantation right over here. There's an air purifier. I am going to flatten the terrain. Build an orchard. I'm going to build it a little bit further away to reduce pollution. Maybe not. Click oranges. He's going to need water. I'm sure there's plenty of water nearby. And there is. So we've got a supply of oranges for the orange juice. I was working on thermal. So he needs the orange juice, he needs cheese, apple, chocolate. I know there's a good supply of chocolate out there. Here's the chocolate. It's going to thermal. I'm going to add one of the other warehouses doing the autosave. So it needs ingredients. It's going to need cocoa probably. So I'm going to have to build some cocoa plantations. And I'm probably going to build it right here. Thermal port B. Missing input. It is missing cocoa. I know that there's not a lot of cocoa out there. And if there were, it would all be going to that location because that's where the demand for cocoa is. So I am going to put in plantation. Set it for cocoa. 200%, add a field. Going to chocolate bar, so it's going to go directly into the chocolate bar warehouse. This is also going to be cocoa. I am going to do some terraforming. Put some cocoa fields. So obviously I could probably move one of the rubber plantations and put the cocoa over there. It's no big deal. Or I could take that road out. He's probably going to need something like water. I'm going to put the irrigation tower right here. He's going to be supplied with water, and he will supply the water to the cocoa. You can see now the cocoa is running. And he needs cocoa for the chocolate cake also. So we're going to go back down to thermal. Needs yeast. cheese. This toy factory is not connected. I mean, don't they need yeast over here? I guess not. Says 98 for yeast. It comes from sugar and water. I see sugar over here. I see sugar and water right here. I'm going to build the yeast factory right here. It better be a food factory. And it isn't. Okay, so I'm just going to delete it. Maybe it's at the brewery. Go over here to the recipe book. It's at the brewery. Defaults to yeast, and I'm going to kick it up to 200%. And this could potentially automatically supply the store. Yeah, look how close it is. The grocery store is right here, so it's going to go right in. He has the sugar but no water. There's plenty of water over here. Now he's got the water, so he's fine. Okay, I'm going to take a break. This is how you meet the demand for your towns, and watch my other videos. I have a lot of videos about rise of industry. Go to my discussion forum. I post tips in my discussion forum at cheapbooks.cc, and you can go to cheapbooks.com, which is a book search engine for searching for books and textbooks. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. This was Rise of Industry tutorial